Oh, hey, Janavi. I'm good, thank you. How are you? Oh, hey, Flecker. Nice to have you here. Janavi, I'm trying to be fine. Yeah. Another long day, Janavi. Have you been at work? Hey, Aniket. Good, thank you. Glad to have you here. Just getting started. I hope you enjoyed your personal reading, Flacker, and it gave you some insight. Yes, the moon was very full, wasn't it, last night? I saw full moon in Aries. Great to hear, Flacker. Great to hear. Janavi, since it's been more than a week since his wedding, how is it between them? And Aniket. Yeah, absolutely. Let's get cracking. Did anyone else feel the full moon? The full moon vibes? You did, Flacker. Hey, Unicorn. Thanks for being here. It was super bright where I was. I thought it was like a light in the sky until I had a proper look. Okay, so Janavi, let's get started with yours. As usual, guys, one card free. Just do that in order. If you would like more in-depth, there is the one coffee link for 3 cards. Yeah, it was super bright and big, wasn't it, Flacker? Okay, Janavi, how is it between them? Let's have a look. Spirit, please bring a clear message for Janavi. Show us insight. So guys, coming in, sorry Flacker, I know you've been hit. I don't do yes/no questions. I'm an energy reader. So I look at the energy between you and a person, you and a situation. Cameo, I don't do pregnancy, health or legal as well. But if you want me to look at, so I don't know if you want to sort of ask a different question, please feel free. This is for Janavi. Spirit, please bring a message through. What's going on between them? I think we might have had this last time. Also, that came up between them. So this is that indecisive energy that I think this was the exact card actually that we got for Akshay, where it was, even though he has made a decision, obviously, and committed to a certain path in the material world, there is still some indecision. Yeah, there's still in his mind, he's still feeling quite confused. His energy still feels mixed up. In his head, often voices can be about overthinking, anxieties. I would say, questioning what he's done and the kind of actions. I know we've kind of looked at the reasons as to what drove him, okay, Janavi, which makes a lot of sense to me. But what I still see is that this card is all about indecision and confusion and almost that kind of one foot in, one foot out. So there he is going down that road. He has kind of committed to that road, but in his mind and in his heart, still some confusion. You can have a look at her energy in a bit if you like. I'll just move on to the next question. Aniket. Let's see what's coming on next for love. So just if anyone has a crush on you, I'll do, rather than that being, again, not a yes, no, but I'll look what's coming next for love. Ooh. This is for Aniket, please, Spirit. What's next in love? Oh, nice energy, Aniket. So a major arcana, the Empress. So this card, what I always see with the Empress, is that kind of to put yourself in the right space and the right energy to attract in love what you want and need, Aniket, to come through, is to really build focus on yourself. I know that may sound kind of the opposite of what you need to do about looking out, but the Empress always feels more about looking inward and knowing what you bring to the table. I would actually say as well, just because your specific question was, does anyone have a crush on me? And I think this is how understanding how you come across to other people with an Empress energy as well, which is in a very positive light, which is very attractive, with someone that has a lot to offer. So in answer to your question, in a way, I don't do yes, no, but this would be that you are seen in a very positive light by, one, or if there's someone particularly on your mind, or more than one person, okay? Empress energy is someone who is very attractive, has a lot to offer, has their life together, someone who would seem like a very good partner. The Empress is often someone who people look up to and admire even. So very good energy, very reassuring. And maybe it's something in that message as well about you realizing that, Aniket, and leaning into that and believe in your own hype. So Flacca 8, is Lady my sister? So Just trying to understand this question. If your sister will leave her boyfriend. So like I say, I'm an energy reader, so I can look at the energy between your sister and her boyfriend and see what kind of, if they're having issues. Hey, Danny baby. Glad you made it. No problem, Maniket. Guys, if you could drop me a like, I'd really appreciate that. I think everyone, and subscribe if you haven't already. But moving on to Flacca regarding your sister. Let's have a look at between your sister and her partner. What is going on? Sixth inspiration, Flacca. So this is, I believe this is your sister's energy, okay? So this is a card of success and it is a card of victory, okay? So I do see her coming out on top in this connection, in this situation. Take what resonates with this if you feel like that is freedom from this connection, if this person is not good for them. But I see her in a positive, moving into a more positive energy in the future, okay? Like I say, her succeeding in some ways. So if that could be working the relationship out, if that's what aligns with her higher self. Also with the sixth of inspiration, it's like being recognized, it's being seen in a good light, in a positive light by others. This could be an energy as well that she, again, almost similar to that Empress, about stepping into her own power and understanding what she's bringing to the table in this connection. I'm just seeing if there's any other message coming through. But if success looks to her as working this out and working this through, then I see that being possible for her. But it's almost like regardless of this relationship, I see her landing on her feet and ending up in a good place. So I hope that connects, Flacca, makes sense. I don't know if this person is, good or bad for her. Do you know, you and Danny Baby are very consistent attendees. Thank you, as always, for being here. I'm glad you're happy to be here. I'm glad that makes sense, Flacca. Okay, moving on. One second. Cameo Scott. Does Spirit Guide think I should stay with your current partner? Cameo, this is for you. That's great to hear, Danny. That's just the kind of space that I want to create. Cameo Scott, does Spirit Guide think I should stay with this current guide? Let's see. Oh, I'm going to take that. It's Major Arcana, so this always kind of tells me that there's quite significant kind of potential and energy between you and this person, Cameo. It has the potential here, I would say, because this card is an awakening, to have quite a big impact on you, and maybe open up a different kind of connection, a way in which maybe you haven't connected to another person before in a relationship, and might make you reflect, kind of bring this self-reflection always in this card about us kind of questioning ourselves, not in a bad way though. Like, it's good to have this insight and this self-awareness. Yeah. So I actually think that this could be quite a significant connection. I think it could have a positive impact on you, Cameo. From as much as I know about this connection, it's like, as we see, awakening. It's like waking something up inside of you. Yeah, a part of you that's maybe lied dormant for some time, and it's like being woken up again. It's got a spark, that spark of life to it. So this looks to be positive to me. Yeah. So Janavi, yes, what's her energy? I think she's satisfied, yeah, because for her, it was always material stability from outside point of view. So let's see what's going on for her. Do I take that? No. Spirit, please bring us a clear message regarding their energy. Interesting. 8 of Voices is actually like a very anxious energy, Janavi. So it's about, looks to me like some worries and fears. I mean, I would trust that as well, that if you feel like your instinct is telling you, though, that if she feels satisfied, then this doesn't necessarily have to go against that. This could just be another aspect, another layer of what's going on within her. So this would tell me that there is some fears and worries, though, about if this is going to work out and what the future holds. Okay, just logic, sure thing. I just didn't know if that was intuitively something that you were picking up. So this is 8 of Voices. Yeah, I can't speak. Fears, worries. Sure, okay. You're connected to him. Yeah, that makes sense. And this woman here, obviously, she's kind of tied herself in knots. There is that blindfold of being almost in putting you a self-inflicted prison of worries and fears. That's what this card was saying. I mean, look how dark it is in a way. There must be anxiety there about if this is going to work out. It's funny because that's not obviously the energy that I've ever really picked up on her before. So this is the first time that I've seen a conflicted energy on her part. Yeah. I mean, I think it made sense to me on his part. Her more of a mystery, but I know that you did say that she was married before, so maybe there was a fear about if she would have the opportunity to be married again. I don't know, that's just my thinking though, rather than the cards. Okay, Danny baby, any messages from Spirit, please? I'm hyper focused on my life all of a sudden. All right, okay. Interesting. Messages from Spirit, please. for Danny, please. Taking into account this sort of hyper-focused energy that's come in as well, Danny. What does Spirit want you to know? Empress again. This just came through earlier for someone. So Danny, maybe you're in your Empress era. Major Arcana, the Empress is... Oh, she's 38, Janavi, okay. So that would connect. I would say that, yeah. So Danny, the Empress energy, this is about being, yes, I am the Empress. Haha. Spot on, Danny, spot on. How amazing. So the Empress, you're obviously probably very familiar with this card, but it's the divine feminine, being in your own Empress energy, like that version of it, whatever that looks like, Danny, but being in your power. It's also a very nurturing card, the Empress. It's about, so whatever you're growing and nurturing at the moment, and the power of that. And I'm always love this deck because it's like that this particular Empress has a universe inside of her. So, and this light as well. So if you feel like maybe you're shining your light, maybe it's becoming, you're also on the path for that to becoming more visible. Yeah, very much so, because the divine, I always think of divine feminine energy of also being able to go with the flow. Yeah, like it's not all about, you're absolutely spot on, it's not all about action. And also if that feels empowering to you, like that's as well the kind of Empress that you are, of someone who doesn't, I mean, that's very in line with the divine feminine, that you attract, you don't chase. And I also feel like it's worth mentioning, it feels like you have no worries, okay, which is strange to me because I used to, oh God, cry every day. Wow. Well, I'm glad, even if at least for now, that you are free of the worries and that you feel more secure. I also feel that this is kind of like you being creative, Danny. So maybe with your business as well, or maybe just in your daily life. You know, it's not, doesn't just have to be related to your business. It could be in your parenting, just how you go through life in a creative way, creating solutions. Yeah. And being able to enjoy the journey as well, because the Empress isn't fixated on achievements, like much like how with nature, how, you know, there's that patience and allowing it to grow and not forcing it and being in harmony with that. So all of that good stuff, all of that good stuff. If you do, just noting here, if you do get busier, sort of as a result, to materials, just try to keep going back to this to stay centered, because I always feel like if you're in that easy, great headspace that you are, then the next step is obviously that you will begin to attract all the good stuff, which is fantastic. And then just stay centered in that, in yourself, to keep coming back to this Empress. Coming to you easy, exactly. Yeah, clean it up for the next time, exactly. Sounds like you're in the flow, in a really good flow. Oh, right, okay, get ready. You'll be very busy. Awesome. Okay. Hi, sorry, I can't even speak. Anaban. Sorry about my pronunciation. If you've got a question, please pop it in the chat. And just see who's next. Did I miss anyone? You typed yours, unicorn, sorry. Let me go back if I've missed you. Am I on the right path with things? Thanks, unicorn. I'm good, Danny. I'm good. I'm glad that you've connected with me and some good readers. So, unicorn, this is for you. Am I on the right track? Spirit, is unicorn on the right track? Muse of emotions. In the traditional deck, so this is King of Cups. So because it has King energy, I feel like that is positive. There is always a maturity that comes with the King, okay? It's someone who has done the work and learned lessons and taken those lessons in and integrated them to take them forward and inform their next steps. So this could be also with the Muse of Emotions. This is about, you may be very empathic by nature, someone who feels things deeply, can be quite sensitive, or it could just be like a period of time that you're going into a kind of emotional era. Whatever's triggered that, take what resonates with that. So that could be happening now, or it could be coming into the near future. So there's some kind of deepening of emotion somewhere, somebody or a situation. It's going to be like an emotional journey in a way. And the thing to remember with this as well is that your intuition and your empathic nature is never a bad thing. That's like your superpower. And to always be mindful to process your emotions. So not to try to stop feeling the feelings. This is for everyone, but particularly if we're going through an intense emotional time, okay? To feel the feelings, allow them to kind of go through our bodies, wherever you might feel it, and breathe into it and breathe it in, breathe it out to try to release it, yeah? So it doesn't get stuck in our bodies or our minds. So basically entering an emotional time could already be underway, or it could be coming through. But it doesn't, when the question being if you're on the right track, I feel like because it's King energy, I feel like, yes, kind of keep doing what you're doing, but also be prepared and kind of understand that about yourself as well. Hey Rhonda, thank you for being here. I'm a Virgo too. Hey Virgo, Team Virgo. Pop a question in the chat if you'd like a reading, 1 card free. Right, Navi, I think you're next now. I think he will be coming to India in December. Will he ask me to meet him? this fell out for inspiration. It is a very warm energy, Janavi, okay? So obviously I don't do yes, no's, but this is a card of celebration. So I feel like there could be a reunion on the cards if he does make it to India, going off based off this energy, because like I say, it's a card of celebration. It's actually a card of commitment as well. So maybe just kind of making some kind of commitment to meet, even, you know, if it can just be on that level. But it is, how I'm reading it and how I feel it today, is kind of celebration. You see how this is a meeting as well, of kind of, it's like a group of friends depicted in this card. But there is a lot of warmth in this energy, in this card, a lot of love and warmth and softness. So I feel like this is, if this is something that you would want to meet with him, obviously if he did come over, I feel like that definitely could be a possibility. Yeah, and just wanting to reconnect as well, yeah. So I'd say that's positive energy to come through, definitely. Positive read on that. So Rhonda, when will my keychain business take off? So I don't do timelines, but I'm an energy reading, Rhonda, so I can just look at the energy for guidance for you, with you and your business, and look into what is coming next. So I'll just see what comes through, if you're happy with that. You're welcome, Janavi. So Spirit, please give me a message for Rhonda, please, regarding her business. We've got a major arcana, the Tower card. Now this card to me, okay, Rhonda, is about, in order to succeed, for your business to succeed, the Tower is about allowing, what basically the Tower card is about, sudden changes. So I don't know if this is something that you have experienced already, or maybe be coming in the near future, but it can be things that you kind of rely, it can be a bit of an upheaval, as in certain things in your business that maybe was something that you relied on and something was consistent, and there being some kind of upheaval or unexpected changes, yeah. But when this happens, when the Tower card comes through, those changes and those sudden, what can appear initially to be bad things happening, or kind of losses in a way, it's actually clearing out energy that no longer serves you and serves you and this business. And it kind of has to happen for your road to success to open up, because what it does, in what everything that kind of falls away, is making room for what does align with you, and which is aligns with your higher purpose and aligns with your success when it comes to this business. Okay, so like I say, this may have already happened, or it can be coming in the near future. When it does, kind of roll with it and understand that this is actually taking you to a better place, and something that aligns with your energy and your road to success. Even if it might feel like a setback at the time, it's actually Spirit sort of intervening and putting you on track. Hi. Exactly, that's very much unicorn the truth. Sometimes stuff almost needs to happen exactly because, I mean, as humans is where you very much stick to what you know. And with this is fine, it's not bad, but kind of what is comfortable or what is easy. And even if you're not very happy with things, but if it's just kind of trucking along, then we have a tendency just to stick with it. And spirit can kind of intervene and literally, I mean, I've experienced it in my own life where it just picks you, almost just picks you up, removes you from a situation and says, you know, that is no longer for you, that is done, and drops you somewhere else where you need to be. So hi, no, N-O. Alriza, current feelings about the heart. Absolutely. Guys, if you're enjoying the live, if you could drop me a like, if you haven't already, I would appreciate that. Thank you so much. Alriza's current feelings about the heart, spirit. Okay, so I don't know, obviously share whatever you're comfortable with, but with regards to your situation, because the Four of Emotion tells me that they are currently kind of disappointed and closed off emotionally. Okay, so when see the Four of Emotions, this can be because of your connection. I don't know if anything's happened, or it can be something else that's going on for them if this is kind of like a new connection. It's very much, yeah, like I say, kind of closed off. Something has made them feel rejected in some way when we see this Four of Emotions. These Three Cups, which is kind of what's occurred, has left them in this space. Now, there is a fourth cup here. So this means that there is unfinished business here, and there is another opportunity that's on its way, another kind of chapter to this connection. Can you see these two people here? There is still sort of feelings of romance, love, a connection, yeah? When someone is in this energy, I think it's best to give them space, to not try to pull them out of this mood, this kind of space of rejection. Other than, okay, being consistent with your energy, like if you're in communication, to be kind of reassuring, maybe, if possible, if that feels right. But this is, in general, when I see this card, it's a bit like that they have to kind of work this out themselves, and there's generally not much progress to be made when someone is in this closed off energy. So just give it some time, be patient, and then this fourth cup, this kind of next chapter or new inroad will present itself, and that will be some kind of reconnection and a give this connection a better chance. Yeah. So Rhonda, sounds about right. Left your husband of 18 years. Wow, a year ago. He filed and now he won't sign the paperwork. Ugh. Because I've moved on without him and he doesn't like it. Yes. That happens so often, Rhonda, isn't it? So maybe that tower moment that obviously came through, it kind of widened the picture there of literally being like there's certainly a tower moment if there ever was one. And this business is part of the thing that is in alignment with you. Alignment with your new chapter, Rhonda. You're welcome, Eno. Hey, Janabi. So, what is his energy towards me in present life? He was emotionally closed towards me. Yeah, absolutely. No, so if that's the right thing to do, he will shift out of this negative space that he's in. And that fourth cup, he was emotionally close to you. Okay. Let's have a look at his feelings towards you now. Yes, yes, Rhonda. Okay. Spirit, please bring a message through for Janavi regarding Akshay's feelings towards her right now. Mm. 10 of inspiration. 10 of inspiration is, I feel like, okay, so 10 of inspiration is about feeling kind of burnt out, feeling quite weary. It's when emotionally has been through a lot. Obviously, he's put you through a lot as well. But if we're just looking at his energy and in connection to you, I see that this is the 10 is about ending of cycles. Okay, so it's almost like he's, because now he's kind of crossed that line and got married, and it's almost like a certain struggle that he's been dealing with. It's almost like I'm not being clear, sorry. It's like it's been a kind of exhausting road, that whole thing, yeah. And I feel like that he's kind of coming to the end of this cycle of burnout, and that there is some kind of, it's like he's done it now. So there's some kind of closure in that, okay? And then I feel like that there is and it's on the way to the next stage is an ace. So something new will come. I guess in a way it's almost like because he has made that commitment to her, that there's that the pressure's almost off the connection between you and him. So almost that opens the door for him to reconnect with you, like talking wise and things like that. It's like it's like everything that's been a struggle between you and him has kind of come to an end, at least practically, at least it's kind of like, yeah, because that connection's happened. So I would say, for what the ace brings next, it's almost like something new and something different, because the energy has changed between you and him now. There is a burden in some sorts, maybe we did see still quite an indecisive energy actually in him, but some part of him, he's put down a burden because he went ahead and did it. So yeah, this frees up, strangely, this feels like it frees up some kind of yeah, he wanted to escape from making a decision. So I still see him being a little bit tortured about where he's at now, but it's kind of like it's happened, it's done, and that in some ways brings at least the end of this the Ten of Inspiration is about this burden that that has been carried for a long time. So he can put that down, and I guess it's like it really is like what comes next, like what comes now. And I think it takes the pressure off this connection between you and him. Escape from making a decision. Is that with regards to you, Janavi? I'm so angry and hurt with him that I don't even feel like, is that speaking his name? Yeah. And if we look at, yeah, I mean, he kind of chose a strategic path over love, wasn't it? In the sense that I think that if we look at the reasons as to what drove him, and that kind of, he allowed that to take priority, I guess, because I know that you said that as well, that you'd maybe tried a number of times to make that move, you know, for the visa. Maybe that was part of feeling weary and feeling battle worn as well, that I suppose, like, he has got that out of it. Yeah, he has kind of achieved that goal. But in doing that, he, yeah, had to hurt you, I guess, and hurt himself really, um, by choosing this path, this strategic path, and kind of making quite a brutal decision in many ways. And I see him emotionally and energetically burnt out. This is Ten of Inspiration, Ten of Wands is that very much like burnt out energy. It's like staggering you think of staggering to the finish line. That's the kind of vibes that this card always gives. And then it's almost like what comes next. It's Ten of Wands. So it's about really having a struggle with something and being able to finally put down, like in the traditional deck, we see someone is carrying like a bundle of wands on their back. So it's like a load on their back. Here it's depicted as this water carrier pot carrying a load and finally sort of reaching the destination and being able to put that load down. But you arrive burnt out, weary, stressed, and kind of have to rebuild. Yeah. I kind of see him like, you know, his head's quite battered and like he'll have to really rebuild himself and I guess his new life to an extent that he's created. But in a weird way, I keep hearing this message that somehow it takes the pressure off you and him in a positive way. Yes, yeah, exactly. Rebuild. It's like, yeah, if everything's sort of burnt to the ground. Imagine that, everything just burnt to the ground and you've kind of got what you've wanted, but you are, you know, when something almost takes too much from you as well, takes so much out of you. whilst we're here, I don't know if anyone's got any more questions. If anyone else is here, pop them in the chat. But I'm just going to pull a few of these hidden oracles, because sometimes these can give us, sometimes it's nice to see it in an oracle format as well. Well, if that isn't the truth, hey Janavi. Which is now it's done, it's like he can start thinking. If he can start thinking and feeling this. Yeah. Any final messages to Akshay's thoughts and feelings? One more, Spirit. That's interesting. So maybe he did hide this side to himself. It's on the bottom of the deck. Maybe his thoughts have come back to you now. Yeah, I think circling back now it's time to rebuild. Thoughts come back to you. What was it? I hid who I really am from you as well. So maybe there's a lot of guilt there, isn't there? There's a lot of guilt that is now starting to sink in. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm glad you feel strongly about that. That's the road to nowhere. And you stood your ground on that. Yes. Yes, of course. Of course. And I thought when I saw it, I kind of thought about that side of him, which maybe he'd be slightly embarrassed about. That he would go to those lengths. I mean, it's not particularly shameful, obviously, but because he was connected to you, then it's kind of a brutal decision. But yeah, obviously kind of embarrassed and hiding exactly the motivations to doing that and tried to pass it off as something genuine. Dead on there. Hey Rhonda, thank you for your coffee. I'm just having a look now. And then we'll do your 3-card in-depth. So just a general, Rhonda, yeah? So we'll do kind of overall card guidance, insight. Insight into the current situation and what's coming through. Then guidance for you, and then future energies. So Rhonda, just let me know that you're here. Awesome. Thank you, Rhonda. I got that. I can see that you would like a general reading. You're very welcome, Janavi, as always. So Rhonda, this is for you. Rhonda, take a deep breath. Center your energy so that you can be open to messages coming through from spirit that you need to hear, okay? Okay. Six of materials. So this card, Rhonda, is all about balance. Now, it can be, if this is a factor, just with it being materials, can be related to money and coming back into financial balance if there's been struggles or something out of whack that has needed to come back into balance. It's also, this card is all about giving and receiving. So being mindful about how much you are giving to a situation or a person. And if you are someone naturally who does, maybe tell you what resonates with this, if you're someone who naturally who gives a lot and doesn't get back what they are putting in, or maybe even if it's to do with work, even with your business, to kind of pour in everything in to the point of where you kind of sacrifice your self-care and your really kind of drain yourself. Yeah. So this always tells to me that just be mindful of that, of kind of, it's about sometimes it's a marathon, not a sprint, comes to mind. And about, tell you what resonates, if it feels like if it's your business, or it could be a relationship, but whatever situation that it connects to. But sometimes it can be about overextending ourselves and giving too much, and be mindful to just give in what is comfortable and what feels right and what feels kind of enough. And so there can lead into about having boundaries, setting yourself boundaries about how much that you'll do or how much that you'll give to a situation or to a person. Take, with your it could be your business, just because it's materials, which can be the focus of money, work, etc., that kind of area. But tell you what resonates with that. Nine of Inspiration. This is beautiful energy, actually. This is about, kind of ties in with this because it's about boundaries and it's about taking a stand. So this is, Nine of Inspiration is ruled by the element of fire. So this tells me a little bit about who you are. It's someone who has a fire inside of them and has a real spark, and is often, can be as well with fire energy. It's like that there's a natural born leader within you, which tells me there's something about you setting the tone to how a situation needs to go. Thanks, Rhonda. It can be the Nine of Inspiration. It's feeling very battle weary and kind of worn out as well, and being at that point when you can feel, so even though you are someone who naturally is a kind of fighter and has that fire inside of them and doesn't shy away from, say, conflict and things like that, but this situation, it could be, this marriage situation, this breakup potentially, that's really pushed you to the edge. Okay. And feeling, whatever this may look like, feeling like giving up. Okay. And really with this card, Spirit comes through, because sometimes Spirit might come through and say, whatever this situation is, that yes, like walk away from it, just give in, just it's not worth the fight in a way. But this is about spirit saying to keep going, to keep fighting, to keep boundaried, to keep standing your ground. Like this woman here is stood here and she's kind of saying, no, like you will not pass beyond this point. Let's see what future energy is coming through. Two of Voices, this is about some kind of decision that is incoming, which is interesting. Two of Voices, so we have a kind of crossroads energy here. It can, when it comes, this, you might know what's coming, or it could just be something that is not yet clear under, okay, that's coming in the near future. But it feels like a significant decision and, like I say, some kind of crossroads about what direction to go in. I imagine related to potentially something to do with this taking a stand. But it feels like there's a choice to, we see this here, to pick that road or to pick that road, a fork in the road. That's what I'm looking for. And it can kind of mess with your head and be caught up in a lot of indecision when this comes. Now, what will get you through this and what will take you in the right direction is really needing to trust your gut and to trust your intuition at this time. So kind of get out of your head as much as possible when this comes, okay? It's like your intuition and your gut will tell you. So if you can just keep your mind quiet enough through meditation, through whatever you do to keep yourself straight in that way, to be able to hear what your intuition and instinct is telling you, because it'll say this is the way to go, this is the right decision that aligns with you. So I hope that resonated, Rhonda. Some interesting energies there. I felt a lot of strength and really a promise of this with the Six of Materials. If you can be careful not to kind of overextend yourself in certain ways. A lot of it's about protecting your energy, and a lot of it's about boundaries leading you to this, onto in the future, to some kind of decision to be made. So I'm just checking if anyone has got any more questions before I go. I think there's still a few people here. I don't mind if anyone has any second questions or final questions, go for it. Or if you'd like an in-depth with the coffee. That might be everyone. I think that's everyone. So I will end the live now. I will be back on Monday. I will confirm the time. I'll post that to let everyone know exactly what time I'll be on, probably around 11:30 a.m. 12 UK time. But like I say, I'll confirm that nearer the time, and that's on Monday. But thank you everyone who was able to make it and for your questions. I hope you enjoyed your readings. but wishing you all a good evening or day, wherever you might be. Love and light.